I'm Carl Pritchard, and it's time for today's Good Question. Today's Good Question is all about sequencing on the exam, and apparently there are a lot of questions on sequencing on the exam. How do I know? I just got an email yesterday from one of my students who passed, who said, "Hey Carl, you got us ready for almost everything, but wow, I had a lot of sequencing questions." So that makes today's Good Question a good question. You seem to have a problem qualifying high risks. You feel like you jumped over quite a few steps getting here. The most recent missed step in the process would be A, B, C, and D. As you look at these, the key is, okay, which of these comes before risk qualification? That's the real question that's being asked here. And in order to do that, you have to figure out, well, frankly, where are we in the whole process? Qualifying risks, that's part of the planning processes. So that's a planning step. And that means whatever came before this had to happen either earlier in planning or back in initiating. Because the sequence of events is initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and closing. Initiate, plan, execute, control, and close. If that's the sequence of events, that's the sequence in which things are supposed to happen, your first job is to find out what happens before risk qualification. Look at the four answers. Executing, executing, executing. Initiating. Initiating happens before planning. You might say, yeah, Carl, but D, there are a lot of things that happen between getting the charter and qualifying risks. Yes, but it's the only possible right answer. It's the only possible right answer because initiating is the only thing that happens before this point in planning. That's it. You've got three executing answers. You're staring at those, but you know they're wrong because that happens after planning. That happens after planning. So the key is to know initiate, plan, execute, control, and close. IPECAC. Ipecac. Yeah, like the stuff that makes you throw up at poison control. I actually created today's question based on Sequentially, the card game. Yeah, there's a card game for just about everything, including getting ready for the sequencing questions on the PMP exam. Interested in that? Check it out on eBay. Just search Sequentially PMP. You'll find it. And that's today's Good Question. The key, know the sequence on the exam. You're going to have to know the whole sequence. Oh, not the whole thing. Yes, I'm afraid the whole thing. How do I do that, Carl? I have no idea. It's all about the PMBOK guide. Page 25 will give you a very good start on getting things in the right place. Then, if you want to know the detailed sequence, go out to Roman numeral 10 in your PMBOK guide, which is the outline or the index for Part 2 of the Guide to the PMBOK. And Part 2 of the Guide to the PMBOK is in sequence order. If you're really having trouble remembering this stuff, the trick if you're a kinesthetic or tactile learner, sit down at the keyboard and start typing. Type everything there at Roman numeral 10 in the Guide to the PMBOK and just type it all out, at least at the 1.1 level. Type it up at the high level and make that your sequencing sheet. And that'll help you get through some of the challenges in putting these in the right order. We'd love to have you join us. We do have free PMP Prep study groups virtually once a month live in Frederick, Maryland. If you want more information or questions about Sequentially, please pop me an email, carl@carlpritchard.com. Hey, by the way, we also do a lot of other training, including PMP Prep, risk management, and project management basics. Love to have you.